Hey guys, and welcome. It's Alex here. In this video, what I'm going to do is basically show you a secret that not a lot of people know out there, but one that can get you effectively a top grade professional website for as little as, I'm thinking, probably around $10. So if you're starting out and you're trying to get a website up online and you're limited with your budget, this is going to be the best way you can do it. And I'm going to show you some secrets throughout as I take you through the process, which will save you a lot of money, but will get you a great website up online probably within, I'm guessing, 20 to 30 minutes. We'll see how it goes. I'm doing this completely live, so it'll probably go drastically wrong, but we're going to check it out and see how it goes, and we'll take the problems as they come along the way. But this is very much a kind of secret that not a lot of people know, and not a lot of web professionals or companies want to let other people know about. But in the interest of letting you guys be able to create your own websites with no technical expertise, no budget, and in very little time, I think it's important that you guys are made aware of it. So I'm going to take you through the walkthrough and show you a few tips along the way. As you may or may not know, the first stage to getting your website online is to get your domain. Your domain is just your name on the web, your website name. So what we're going to do, as it's a live test, I'm going to actually search for a domain that I'm interested in getting. So we're going to go in, and it's probably going to be potentially the domain that you're watching this video on as well, once I get it uploaded. Website secret. If you type in whatever your potential domain is, just hit the go button or hit return. What GoDaddy will do, sorry, I forgot to say, go on to godaddy.com. I normally recommend two websites for getting your domains and hosting, either heartinternet.co.uk, UK-based company, or GoDaddy. In the interest of keeping the cost down, I would say go to GoDaddy first, because the domains and potentially the web hosting are generally very, very low for the first year at least. So that's how we're gonna try and secure a really, really inexpensive outlay for the first time, just as we set this up today. You'll see here it brings you up a whole list of all sorts of domains. It's trying to sell me this premium domain at $3,500. I think we'll probably skip that for today. But the key to this is to go down and not necessarily pick the .com or the .co.uk, but look for other domain names which are just as well known, things like .org or .biz or things like that, or this one which I see here kind of jumps out, websitesecret.info, only $2.99. Now there's a little asterisk beside this. That probably is going to say, it's $2.99 for the first year, and after that it's going to jump up to $14.99 or $10, dollars or whatever. But the thing about it is, you can register the domain here at $2.99, and then you can transfer it elsewhere and then renew it even cheaper next year. So don't worry too much about that. The key is to get it as cheaply as possible today. Now, websitesecret.info seems like a pretty good one to me, because it's relevant to what I'm going to be setting this website up for. So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to add that to my cart. What it's going to do is offer me all these upgrades, bolt-ons. Do I want privacy protection and whatnot? Again, for the interest of keeping the cost as low as possible, we're just going to go for domain only, and then click add. That's added it to our cart. So what we're going to do, you could go into hosting, but what I normally find is if you go into the generic hosting setting or into the hosting area, it'll try and charge you kind of $3-5 per month for hosting. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue to checkout. Then it brings us up some options for hosting. And the key is you've got your domain here, and the hosting is really what supports your website on the web. So the domain alone can't really do anything. It's just a name that you're buying for a year or for 2 years or for 5 years or whatever you want to register it for. The hosting is where all your website files will be stored. So it's essential that you have hosting in place. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for the cheapest hosting possible. You'll see here it's bringing up options, business $4.49 with the website builder. That's not what we want to do. I'm going to show you how to get a far, far superior website for less money. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the web hosting area. We're going to tick that box. Bear in mind with these hosting companies, what they're going to do is they're going to try and sell you slightly higher than is technically necessary. So if we do the drop down here, just click the drop down, you'll see there's actually a cheaper version, which is economy hosting. Now there's only 50 cents of a difference per month in this, but if you look at the actual specifications, you're very unlikely, unless you're wanting to set up multiple websites, you're unlikely to need the deluxe hosting. So let's just go for the cheapest option possible, because it gives you one website, it gives you 100 gig of disk space, you're never going to need that. It gives you unlimited bandwidth, that's fine. 500 email accounts, again you'll probably need 1 to 3 or 4 email accounts, and 10 databases. Again, you're not likely to need more than maybe 1 or 2 databases. So anything surplus to that is really unnecessary. So let's just go for the cheapest possible option, economy hosting, and then we'll just click add and continue. That will take us to our cart. Now you'll see here, again, this is where hosting companies are really sneaky, because you'll see here the bill for today is coming out at $111, which is far too much. We don't want to be paying that. The reason for that is they've jumped up the registration period for the domain to 5 years. You don't need to do that. So let's do the drop down, and let's just go to 1 year, and that should drop it down to the $2.99 figure. Okay, so you'll see that the bill now drops to $51.05. The reason for that is going to be the hosting. They're probably trying to charge you for a year up front. So if we scroll down to the hosting area, again, yeah, you'll see they're trying to charge us for a year. So if we click that drop down, you can just do it monthly. There's no reason why you shouldn't do that for cash flow. So we'll just click 1 month, and that'll go default to the $6.99 figure. And then you'll see here the bill now is just over $10. So I think we can get away with that as our total expenditure in the totality of building this website. So what we're going to do is we're going to proceed to checkout based on that. So we've got our domain, we've got our hosting. Let's check out. Okay, so what I'm going to do, you'll see here there's billing information, the usual thing, first name, last name, country, zip code, phone number, username, you're setting up an account, and then the payment information. So if you're setting up this account, all you'll do is just fill out your details as normal and click continue. For the interest of this video, I'm going to do all that. I'll cut away for a couple of minutes while I fill in the information, and then I'll cut back once I've purchased everything. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to pay via PayPal just to keep things simple. So I'm just going to click the continue button once I've filled out all my information. That'll probably shoot me over to PayPal. Okay. And I'm just going to sign into PayPal to finish the process. So we'll just go forward with that now. Okay, so we're just signing in here. And then we go agree and continue. We just go place your order, yes please. There we go. We've got all our everything set up. We've got our domain, we can manage that. We've got our web hosting, we can manage that. So the next stage is we've got our domain, our hosting. We need to get a content management system in place so that we can get our free website design and install it upon that and get our website live. And again, I have not used GoDaddy in a long time, so I'm doing this very much live. This could go drastically wrong. What I'm thinking we probably do is go into web hosting now. So what I'm going to do is click on web hosting. Now it's going to ask me for my customer name and password that I've just set up with the account. So I'm going to zip back to my email, because I think the email confirmation is coming through. Get all those things set up and pop them in here. I'll be back in a second. Okay, here we go. Just going to log in here. Okay, so it's taken me now to my new account under the hosting setting. What I'm looking for here is basically a WordPress.org content management install. So we choose our domain here, cPanel username, 48 characters long, starts with a letter and number. I'll fill this in, just going to fill in a username and a password, and then we'll finish, and again I'll pop back in with you. Okay, got that all set up, just click finish. Hopefully that will get us into the next stage of the process where we can actually get our content management system all set up. Okay, so this is taking its time. Just pause the video and I'll come back to this once it's finished the setup process. Sometimes these things can just take a little while. Okay, so now it's saying that our cPanel or control panel is ready, so we'll log into that. As I say, once we're in this, what we're looking for is some sort of one-click install of WordPress. No, we'll just go no. Okay, so here we are, web applications. We've got WordPress sitting here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click that button, and hopefully this should take us through the setup process in probably 3 or 4 clicks of getting your content management system bolted onto your hosting package. Okay, WordPress blog then, that's what we're looking for. So we'll click WordPress, install this application. Generally with these things, just leave the settings as they currently are. It looks very complicated, but generally just trust what they're basically proposing that they install for you. You accept the license agreement, create a backup, blah blah blah. Administrator, I'm just going to copy this password. No, do not enable multi-site. You probably won't need that, so don't worry about that. Everything else seems pretty good. We'll just click the install button and keep our fingers crossed and hope it all works. There we go. And the fact that this is installing a full content management system in the form of WordPress, completely free, but WordPress is the best and the most flexible content management system you can find. So if you're starting out and you're just trying to set everything up, it's perfect for you. And let's see, where are we now? Right. Okay. So if the setup process is complete, if I then go to our website, hopefully this should continue the process. In fact, it's done it all for us, which is even better. So we can now log in, and I'll just enter this will take us to the login panel, and I'm just going to enter my username and password, and we'll take it from there. So I'll go and do that, and then I'll cut back in once I've got my username and password in place. Okay, so hopefully this will work if I just log in. I've got my username and password that were set up there. This should log us in then to the back end of WordPress, like so. GoDaddy obviously offer this build your site in a few clicks. So once you click in and you've set up your content management system, what you can do then is come into the tools section and drop down to GoDaddy Quick Setup, and then they will give you a whole list of different types of websites. So say for instance we want a company website, you're setting up a company, and then it'll give you a list of available themes that are free. Some of these are pretty good, look nice and professional and clean. If you want to install them, then all you do is just select one. It takes you through the process. You can write a bit of about text, add some images to the gallery and so on, add some content to the blog, include your social sharing options, always a good thing. And then you can change, you can add different plugins and so forth. Once you click I understand, just click publish website. It'll do the whole install process for you and put it live on your website. And that is the easiest way to get a new professional website up and running on your domain that you've just bought for around about the $10 mark. We did it for what, $10, $16. You could potentially do it even cheaper if you picked a different domain. I'm not 100% sure. But if you have $10 in your pocket, this is a good way to get a professional website up and running straight away, get a content management system in place. Once you have the content management system in place, as we do now, bear in mind you don't have to stick with GoDaddy. There are plenty of themes out there that you can buy online. If you watch our other training videos, we show you through where the trusted professional themes can be purchased. You can get them for as little as $20 to $50 max, and they're really easy to customize, and they're beautiful. Top line, professionally designed websites, you won't go far wrong with. If you want to keep everything as simple as possible, this is the way to do it. What I would say to you is you could download free themes out there, other external free themes. If you want to do something like that, I'd suggest you go to WooThemes. WooThemes.com are a professional theme design company. They design themes specifically for WordPress, and they have a number of free themes. I think maybe about 15 or 20. If you just go to WooThemes and go to all themes, and then you can click free and filter it using the search button, and then it'll just bring up the free themes. Some of these are fantastic because you can actually get e-commerce themes. You can actually sell your stuff online and get the themes for that completely free, or else a whole range of different website designs as well. So if something under the GoDaddy initial setup doesn't tickle your fancy, you can go on to WooThemes and get a free theme that'll look really good as well. If you want to get something really slick and really professional and top line design, then the best places to go we actually lay out in our other training videos, so please check them out. We run through the process, or I'll take you through the process A to Z on how to, from getting the domain as I showed you there earlier on the GoDaddy website, through to your hosting, setting up your content management system, installing themes, importing dummy content so that all you need to do is adapt that content rather than create it from scratch, and so on, and all sorts of different tips on how to make your website really slick, professional, polished. Make sure that it engages visitors when they come onto it and converts them into clients. So please do check out our other training videos. Hopefully that's been of help and showing you how you can very quickly, probably if I were to do that on my own, knowing what I know, I could probably set up my domain, hosting, and get my WordPress theme installed within maybe 10 minutes. It could be that quick. So again, hopefully that's been of help. Do let me know if you have any queries. Pop your comments and queries in the box below this video and I'll get right back to you. But if you want to set up a website as quickly as possible, within a few minutes, for as little as $10, this is the very best way to do it. So good luck with that. Let me know how you guys get on, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.